It's interesting to think about what has to happen that hasn't happened next. We, at least in the Western world, live in a world that is governed by utilitarian ethics. That is, we measure the virtue or the goodness or the rightness of what we do by its consequences. And if we're living in a world where no matter what we do, the consequences are going to be dire, then it's very difficult to act in a way that you think is moral. And so we find ourselves utterly paralyzed. On the one hand, we could give in to blind hope. But if we give in to blind hope, thinking no matter what we do, everything will be fine, then we are advocating any responsibility to do anything. On the other hand, if we give in to this blinding despair, where no matter what we do, everything will go to ruin, then once again, we've abdicated any responsibility whatsoever to do anything. So hopeful or despairing, we don't have to do anything. But that's a fallacy. That's a fallacy of false dichotomy. Because between hope and despair, there's this broad moral ground that we call integrity. And that's not acting because you think you can make a huge difference, or failing to act because you think you can't, but doing what you think is right because of who you are as a moral being. Acting lovingly towards the earth because you love it, not taking more than your fair share because you don't believe in it, acting justly because you believe in justice. So when my students come to me and ask me, am I hopeful? I encourage them to think beyond hope, to think beyond the categories of hope and despair, towards the categories of what it means to be a decent human being in a very difficult time.